Lester Munson joins us. He's a principal at BGR Government Affairs. Big news here in Washington. This dropped just about 2 hours ago. What is happening behind the scenes right now? Bob Barr has this all in his hands. What's happening?
Well, I think both Republicans and Democrats are very eager to find out exactly what's in that report or what its conclusions are, as much information as they can get so they can get ready for the political battle ahead. Democrats are going to look for everything they can find that might lead to the impeachment or removal, or at least they could use as weapons against President Trump. Republicans are going to look for any information they can find to defend him and to say there was no collusion with Russia, which seems like a not unreasonable compromise or a not unreasonable conclusion based on what we know so far about the fact that there are not going to be any more indictments coming from Mr. Mueller.
Well, that being said, what does that tell people if there are no new indictments? Is it that this report says there was no collusion between Donald Trump and Russians?
Well, we don't know that for sure, but that does not seem like an unreasonable conclusion based on what we know so far. I think the folks who are most relieved by the fact that there are going to be no more prosecutions, if that is in fact true, are likely to be the president's sons, his son-in-law, other folks who are close to the president, other family members. That's got to be a real relief for them because some of them were involved in the issues that were being investigated by Mr. Mueller.
How, despite this being over, I mean, this report is done and over, it's been 2 years, but how much of what happens now will take up President Trump's schedule? He's got so much to deal with domestically, internationally. A lot is happening in the world. Will this take up a lot of his time?
I think so. The Democrats were already weighing impeachment against the president. Speaker Pelosi has said there wouldn't be impeachment. I fully believe that there's going to be another push from the more extreme elements in her party, the more progressive folks, to reconsider the question of impeachment once they've taken a look at what they can get from this Mueller report. So there's going to be a whole political battle in Congress, particularly in the House, where Democrats can convene impeachment hearings. They could move a bill of impeachment against the president if they chose to do so. So there's going to be a lot of political back and forth. I think the president's going to probably be spending even more time than he was before on those issues in public and trying to defend himself, working with Republicans to make his assertions about the case, and also fighting off what could be some decent attacks from Democrats.
It is up to the Attorney General to decide what gets released. Will the public ever know what is in that report? I
think eventually it's all going to come out. This is a known quantity of information. The Attorney General, by the way, works for the president, and the president has said he wants it to be out in public as much as possible. There could be some redactions for security reasons.
He said a lot of things, though. He goes back and forth.
We can't always take him at his word. That is a true thing. But he did say that, and I think Congress is going to move to get as much information as they can. It's possible it leaks. It's hard to imagine a scenario where that report actually remains secret for very long.
So right now, Congress is still waiting for what they get to see. Do you think they're working through the weekend? Do you think they'll get back and start working on this on Monday?
I suspect there are people at the DNC working on their talking points right now, and at the RNC generating talking points for their folks who are going to go on television. We're going to see a lot of messages being delivered on the Sunday morning shows here in Washington. That's a traditional thing to happen. So I think both parties are getting ready for a real political battle. They're hoping to learn as much as they can about the report while they're doing that. But even if they don't learn anything right away, they're still going to be willing to go to battle with each other.
Wow, Lester Munson, anything else you want to add on what has happened today?
I just think it's notable. Mr. Mueller conducted himself in a very proper manner. He didn't leak anything. He didn't speak publicly about what he was doing. He appeared to have worked very hard on these issues. He had a lot of successes in the prosecutions that he engaged in against some folks who were close to the president. He did important work. This country should thank him for that.
All right, Lester Munson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.